If you think excavators are nothing more than clunky, rigid machines lacking finesse, prepare to have your mind changed. Under the hands of true masters, these steel beasts become agile and graceful, performing feats that rival a ballet dancer on a dusty construction stage. No ramps, no planks, just a multi-ton machine slowly climbing onto a towering truck bed with the elegance of a performance. Each track moves with rhythmic precision, every angle and shift calculated to perfection. Watching it feels like a scene from an action movie, except it's real, no CGI, no tricks. No ramp, no planks, just a multi-ton excavator slowly crawling onto the towering truck bed like a giant performing a high-wire act. Each track moves steadily like a heartbeat, slow, deliberate, unshakable. Inside the cabin, the operator shows no rush. The whole machine tilts as it rises, with only two slim contact points gripping the edge of the metal bed. A deviation of mere inches could send the entire mass sliding backward, but it doesn't. Each motion, boom angle, track speed, center of gravity, is calibrated down to the millimeter. It feels like watching a scene from an action movie, but there's no CGI, no editing, just raw metal, perfect balance, and human mastery. The excavator slowly approaches the edge of the towering truck bed, where even the slightest slip could turn everything into a disaster. No loading ramp, no support equipment, no spotter giving directions. Everything rests entirely in the hands of the operator. He lowers the bucket to the ground, dips the cabin, and gradually lifts the machine's front end as if using its own strength to climb. One track is now off the ground. The rear of the machine seems to float midair, but he doesn't stop. Each subtle tilt, each tap of the throttle is smooth. Nothing wasted, nothing overdone. Onlookers below barely dare to breathe as every movement teeters between danger and brilliance. And when the machine finally settles securely atop the truck, there's no applause. Only stunned silence and deep respect. This isn't just machine control. This is the art of precision, nerves of steel, and an intimate connection with every vibration of a machine that weighs tens of tons. The excavator inches up the height of a container truck, step by calculated step. Beneath the tracks, nothing but slick metal, and yet the machine climbs effortlessly as if the earth is tilting to lift it. The bucket doesn't dig, but braces, like a third arm. The cabin tilts left, then gently shifts right, maintaining perfect balance. Onlookers hold their breath, hands clenched as if watching a stunt without safety nets. But for the operator, this is routine. No luck involved, just control, just experience. In his hands, the steel giant feels like an extension of his body, alive, responsive, obedient. Have you ever seen 20 tons of steel casually climb onto a truck bed, like stepping onto a stage? No ramps, no winch, just a vertical platform, a steel beast, and the calm at the controls. As the machine's belly lifts off the ground, the world holds its breath. It teeters on the edge. But then the bucket lowers just in time. One track grips the edge. The body sways slightly, then stabilizes. No thuds, no slips. Every motion precise. The driver isn't improvising, he's performing. The risk is real, but the execution is flawless. No retakes, no special effects. Just skill and nerves of steel. Every time a machine climbs onto a trailer without any assistance, it's a silent symphony of balance, timing, and intuition. The bucket lowers exactly when the machine reaches its most unstable angle, acting as a steadying leg. Tracks climb in rhythm, lift, brace, adjust, push. No one yells, no one guides. Only the hum of hydraulics and the steel's slow breath. From afar, it looks like a choreographed illusion, but it's entirely real. No edits, no second chances. Just man and machine moving as one in a rhythm only they understand. As the excavator starts its ascent onto the truck bed, without ramps, without support, you can almost hear the collective heartbeat of everyone watching. One wrong move and tens of tons could crash down with unforgiving force. But the operator is calm, hands steady on the controls, eyes scanning every detail through the cabin's glass. The first track makes contact. He doesn't pause. He keeps the throttle smooth, adjusts the boom to maintain balance. The bucket, not digging, becomes a solid third limb, pushing the machine upward as if invisible steps existed beneath it. To most, it's a daredevil move. But to the seasoned operator, it's just another part of the job. And yet, no matter how routine, it never fails to send shivers down your spine. Raging water, thick mud, slippery slopes. The kind of obstacles that could tip a machine in seconds. But there are moments when the impossible becomes reality. These operators don't just drive. They read the terrain, feel the machine, and navigate with a calm mastery that turns danger into an art form. The river roars. Thick mud tries to swallow everything it touches. The ground beneath the tracks is slick. No grip, no safety margin. An excavator stands in the middle of the scene that seems made to defeat machines, but the operator shows no fear. He watches in silence. Every throttle press, every dip of the bucket is guided by pure instinct, honed through years of experience. He doesn't rely on sensors or instruments, just his ears to hear the earth's tremor, his eyes to follow the water, and his hands to feel the machine's weight through the controls. Every forward step is a calculated risk, and yet he wins, not with luck, but with mastery. It's as if he's piloting his own body, encased in steel. Most people would panic when the tracks sink deep into mud that nearly reaches the undercarriage, when rising water starts pulling the machine off axis. But not this operator. He doesn't slam the throttle or cry for help. He tilts the cabin, drops the bucket to form a new anchor point, and shifts the machine's center of gravity with surgical precision. Every move is like navigating in total darkness. No map, no guidance, just finely sharpened instincts, born from countless close calls. In this chaos of nature, the operator keeps the excavator upright, not just with his hands, but with his resolve. The excavator stands before a wide, thick pit of dark, soupy mud, looking like it could swallow anything whole. There's no way around it, no solid footing in sight. This very spot has brought other machines to a standstill before, but the operator doesn't hesitate. He lowers the bucket, gently presses it down to gauge the depth, then begins to move forward. Each motion steady, deliberate, and controlled. Every time the tracks sink, he instinctively tilts the cabin, adjusts the boom to create lift, and uses the machine's own weight to push the rest of it through. No tow cables, no backup crew. Everything is handled right there, on the spot, with skill, with experience, and a calm that keeps onlookers frozen in awe. What is a nightmare for others is just another test for a master whose craft has been sharpened by years in the field. In swamplands where even a single misstep buries a vehicle instantly, an excavator moves as if on pavement. When the mud grips hard, the operator doesn't fight back with brute force. He pauses. He senses the shift. Then he lowers the boom, finds leverage, lifts the rear, shifts weight forward. The machine, many tons of steel, seems to slither across the swamp, like it knows the terrain itself. No chaos, no brute power, just quiet, calculated movement. This isn't about showing off, it's about mastering the impossible through feel, finesse, and deep understanding. The ground is soaked. The excavator tilts slightly left. Steel screeches as the tracks lose traction. A beginner would panic, but he doesn't. The operator calmly lowers the bucket, pivots the cabin, and repositions the center of gravity. One track finds new grip. The machine steadies as if it was never at risk. These aren't lucky reflexes. They're precise decisions born from a lifetime of repetition. In moments like this, there's no room for doubt, no luxury of hesitation. You act or you fall, and he acts like it's the 100th time he's done it, because maybe it is.
Oh, it's coming out. There we go. Success. Excavator's out of the mud hole. just take it back over here?
Surrounded by splashing water and ground that softens with every move, an excavator works as if nothing else exists. Each time the tracks slip, the bucket drops to lock the machine in place. When balance shifts, the cabin turns gently to redistribute the load. Every movement is deliberate, no shouting, no panic, just silence, like a musician playing a solo with steel. This is not just work. This is art at the highest level of machine control, where instinct and calculation blend into a single form. Here, every mistake carries a price, but the operator never flinches, because he isn't just operating a machine, he's become one with it.
Good solid ground and let her be parked.
Machine, safe and sound. Didn't really want to pull out there too good. Middle of the mud, it gets caked in there. It's hard for it to break loose of that suction. It was in there about.
To outsiders, it might seem like just a matter of pushing levers, but true experts synchronize their eyes, hands, instincts, and even their breath to deliver flawless performance. When you see an excavator bucket drop rocks into a train cart without spilling a single pebble, you realize this isn't just labor. This is near superhuman precision. To the untrained eye, it's just a man pulling a lever. But to those who understand, it's a symphony of sight, sound, instinct, and touch. As the excavator bucket pours rock into a container without a single stone spilling, you realize this isn't labor, it's a form of artistry. The operator isn't just guiding a machine, he's breathing life into it. He adjusts the bucket using his gaze, listens to the echo of vibration through steel, and feels the machine's pulse through the control stick. This mastery doesn't come from manuals, but from countless hours battling sun, rain, noise, pressure, and fatigue. What looks simple is actually soul-level coordination between man and machine. There are moments on a job site when everything else seems to pause, just to witness the stillness of a bucket in midair and the calm confidence of the operator who gently tilts it forward. No rush, no noise, no wasted motion. The rocks fall with laser precision, like they're following a silent cue. There's no monitor in front of him, no automatic system behind him, just instinct and muscle memory built through repetition. You're not watching a routine task. You're watching a moment shaped by failure, refinement, and discipline. This isn't mechanics. It's poetry in motion, with steel, oil, and dust as the medium. It's not the machine that's extraordinary. It's the person controlling it. He doesn't rely on smart sensors or fancy upgrades. He relies on his eyes to gauge the distance, his ears to read the feedback from the structure, and his hands to adjust the angle with millimeter-level accuracy. One wrong tilt and tons of material could spill, but that never happens. Every move he makes is exact, smooth, and confident. The machine could be replaced, but that depth of skill, that calm under pressure, that can't be replicated. It's learned in the heat, earned with sweat, and proven in moments where there's no margin for error. No spotlights, no music, no stage. But in the middle of a dusty construction site, a performance unfolds that's more graceful than most choreographed shows. The operator carefully swings the full bucket, rotates precisely 34 degrees, and tilts it slowly. The stones fall into place without a splash. Nothing flies off, nothing clanks loudly. It's so smooth it feels like a stage illusion, except it's real. There are no words, no gestures, no bravado, only concentration, subtlety, and technique. You begin to realize every drop of that bucket is signed silently by the operator. This isn't just work, it's mastery in the quietest form. On icy slopes, narrow ledges, or unstable terrain, one wrong move can spell disaster. But it's in these moments that skill truly shines. From turning within inches of a cliff to coordinating a rescue with another machine in tight quarters, these operators demonstrate control that borders on genius. In sub-zero temperatures, when every surface is frozen like crystal, and even the slightest slip could send a multi-ton machine skidding out of control, the excavator keeps working in silence. There are no towering mountains or deadly cliffs, just a deceptively flat landscape where the real enemy is the sheet of ice covering everything. Every movement becomes a test of control and sensory precision. The operator can't rely on brute force, but must call on instinct, fingertip sensitivity, and an ability to feel every vibration that travels through the machine's steel frame. The bucket can't be dropped too forcefully, or it will cause the entire machine to slide. The cabin can't rotate too quickly, or balance will be lost. Every track movement is measured like guiding a giant skating blade across glass. Meanwhile, steam freezes the moment it touches metal, making every action even more delicate. And yet, the machine quietly completes each task, scooping ice, pushing snow, shifting exactly along the intended path, as if performing a slow-motion dance on a frozen stage. In that white silence, it's not just about getting the job done, it's about proving mastery. Calm, precise, and deeply attuned to the machine, the operator transforms a seemingly simple task into a crystal-clear demonstration of true professional skill. Don't just call them machine operators, they're artists. Artists who wear safety vests instead of stage costumes, who perform not under spotlights but under the weight of steel and time pressure. And when you watch them work, there's only one thing you'll wonder. Did I just watch real life or a special effect?